Well, now I kind of want to go stick googly eyes on things.
I know, doesn't it make you just want to do more? Talking about vaccinations, we are not talking about religion. We are not talking. There. Good Lord. Excuse me? Oh my gosh. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Welcome to 2025.
2025, even though we've done
officially,
like 3 episodes.
Yeah, officially.
We're back.
Yeah, we are back from holidays. Sam's a little bit blonder.
I am actually. I noticed that today. I was like, oh, I look a bit blonder today.
Believe it or not, I am tanned. Which makes me the normal colour of a normal white person because I'm usually I can blend into white walls usually.
She's not tanned.
I am for me. I am me level tanned. Anyway, we are excited to be back. We're excited for this year. We are excited to be parents again. No, not again. Like to continue being parents. Wow, that came out really wrong. Excited would not be the word if that was an announcement. Excited would definitely not be the word. Anyway, we have a great episode in store today. We are going to do a little mini catch up just with some yays or nays, touching, I'm guessing it's mostly going to be about holidays. And then we have Sam is never going to let an opportunity pass to do a dad joke or two. I have some parents in the news stories for you. And then
randomized facts way back.
Sharing the answers to the questions you sent in about what is the worst parenting advice you've ever been given. We've done this before, but...
It's not the questions you sent in, it's the answers that were sent in to the question.
Yeah, sorry, I thought that's what I said.
No.
Anyway, my brain might still slightly be on holiday mode, so... Yays and nays, you can kick off then.
Look, yay, holidays.
Is that as much as we're getting?
Yeah, it was fun. It was good. Kids
nice
loved
to
it.
have a break.
It was nice. Not long enough at all.
As business owners as well,
fun.
This is the easiest time to get a break, so it was like a proper break.
Yeah, but just not long enough. I needed another week or two. So we pretty much switched off day 5 and then day 7 we came back.
Yeah, and it was top and tailed by a massive long road trip, so that was
great fun. But it was good. It was fun. The kids had fun. My nay's holiday's over. Because freaking hit the ground running.
Straight back into it,
and off we go. And it's already the freaking whatever the date it is, 15th.
Feels like the middle of January. Yeah,
of January. Already halfway through the first month.
It's a bit of a whirlwind. Is that your nay? It's
That's
just
my nay.
like straight back in.
Yep.
Life keeps going, time keeps turning.
Already halfway through the bloody.
Our kids keep getting older. They've all growth spurted over the holidays, and I'm like looking at them now, going, "Wow."
I know.
Anyway,
but yeah, on to you.
Well, my yay, I picked a specific part of holidays because there was lots, and my yays for the next little while might be reflecting on hilarious stories from our holidays. Like the time Sam was having a beautiful moment. We went and we took the kids to the beach headland and went for a walk, and they had a historic kind of walk where they've got artifacts from it was a World War II memorial, and they had all artifacts and things.
World War I, but anyway.
And well, whatever,
it was World War I.
One of the things. And there was, at one of the points, there was a sundial, and it had all this information around it. And Sam was having this really beautiful moment with the kids, teaching them how a sundial works, what it is. And it's just really, I was taking little video and photos. I was like, this is so cute. He's being a really good dad. He's teaching them. And then he looks at his watch and he looks at the sundial and he looks at his watch and he looks at me and he says, "It's weird. This sundial's saying it's 11 o'clock, but it's 9 o'clock. And I take one look at it and I'm like, "Babe, you're looking at it upside down. It's Roman numerals." So the one was on the wrong side of the 10 for him. I was like, it is 9 o'clock.
XIX on a circle.
You were
on
so
like half
confused.
as a quarter circle.
You were so confused.
I was freaking confused.
It was so funny because that's something I would normally do. It was like this full role reversal in our relationship, and I just am memorializing that on this podcast. So forever it will live on and I will never forget because
you're a joke.
It's usually me. So enjoy being me for a little bit.
Yeah,
so that was my yay. My nay is similar to yours in the exhaustion from coming back from holidays, but even just during holidays, because holidays with kids hit different. Like, it's fun.
It's
I
like a
love it. I wouldn't
relaxing
trade it for
holiday.
the world, but it is not. I took a book. I didn't touch my book.
No, you packed the book and I was like,
It was wishful thinking, packing a book for holidays. I packed a face mask, which I did manage to use at 9 o'clock at night once everyone
when I fell
was
asleep. Even me. I fell asleep
the
putting the kids to bed.
Day started at 5:30 a.m., finished we got them to sleep most nights by 7:30, 8 o'clock, and then we're exhausted and
Maybe
pooped because we've
8:30.
been running around with them all day. There was a water slide at the grounds we were staying at, so up and down the water slide with the baby because he can't do it himself but wants to go on and on and on, and so it's up and down the stairs, and I don't think I put any weight on over holidays, which was nice.
I had the 2 toddlers going up the big one.
So it's just the exhaustion of,
toddlers,
I think we just have to be
5-year-old.
smart. It's that nay of just being smart as parents and going, okay, we have to, if we want that relaxing holiday, we have to book it different. We have to take family with us or we have to leave them behind.
Yeah, that's the whole idea.
Yeah. So it just hits different. So that was my, not a big nay. I wasn't really complaining, but that's my,
You just got to be
not so
smart,
fun.
not stay up till midnight and then wake up at 5:30. That's all.
We were revenge procrastinating. We're like, we have control of this holiday time. Let's stay awake. And then, yeah, anyway, that wasn't smart.
Dilly head.
All right. This is your first official dad jokes of the year. So you better make them good because otherwise I'm going to put another poll out and if people don't vote to keep them, they're gone.
Kicking off the year. Did you know a lot of bald dads still own a comb? They just can't part with it. My goal in 2025 is to accomplish the goals I set in 2024, which I should have done in 2023 because I promised to do them in 2022, which I planned to do in 2021, which I thought of doing in 2020.
Yep. I know that's meant as a joke, but that feels like the story of my life.
That's why I put it in. Last, a good wife will always be by your side during bad times. Mostly to remind you that none of it would have happened if you'd just listened to her. Because they like to rub it in.
I was waiting for that. You saw my face when you started that one.
Elephants never forget.
Excuse me? Oh my gosh.
Hey, it's time for
If
parents
Sam
in
goes
the
missing
news.
after this episode, if he's mysteriously just away on a very long holiday.
It's time for parents in the news. Yay!
Okay, well, yes, parents in the news are sticking around for 2025.
Random ass
because
facts, Rebecca.
They're not just random ass facts. They are legit news stories
That are random ass.
that are related
Okay,
to parenting
random
and
ass
parent life.
news. Bye back.
They're not random. It's related to parent life and stuff that you probably wouldn't see in your typical news headlines.
So carry on.
So this one I saw, jelly cats are causing a crime wave. There is a booming resale market for the soft jelly cat toys in the UK at the moment. Similar to the Beanie Baby craze of the 90s, the rarer items are being sold for upwards of £200, which for reference is about 400 Australian dollars.
That's freaking ridiculous.
The ease of which these toys can be resold has not only made them attractive to shoplifters, which is what I kind of expected, but it's suspected that organised gangs may even be stealing them and reselling them. Retailers have had to go to the extreme measures to keep their jellies safe, not just CCTV and security tags, but facial recognition software and automatic number plate recognition in the car park. I'm just imagining all these big gang members
Only in England. Only in the UK.
stocking up on jelly cats and sitting on eBay and reselling jelly cats. Oh man, that article too. I had to pick out. It was a very long article. I think the author loved jelly cats too, and like one of the people they interviewed has over 1,000 jelly cat toys, and
Oh, so they're literally like
They're like-
Beanie Babies,
they're
but
like-
they're just animals.
Yeah, they're animals. Like there's a whole string of.
What's so special about
they're
them?
Just people collect them and love them, and it's just a thing. We've got one.
Do we?
Yeah, we got one of the kids have a bunny rabbit, had absolutely no attachment to it. I tried to give it to him. I put it in his bed because a family member gave it to us. I'm like, it's really cute and it's really sweet. Yeah. But yeah, he didn't take to any stuffed toys. It wasn't that specific one.
Because we trained him to be smart.
No, he'd just rather a truck or a...
So the European. Yeah, okay.
Yes. So I just had great images of these gangs with their... with their drugs, their cash, and their jelly cats.
So dumb.
So people
dumb.
collect things. That's human nature, but it's just hilarious. Anyway, next story is a culmination of two stories because 2024 was the year of the googly eyes. So in June, we
did put googly eyes on an aircon machine, not going to lie.
Yes.
So continue. Sorry.
We'll give you context for that after. So in June, there were reports of the Boston T subway adding googly eyes to their trains after a group of local residents rallied together to campaign for them. There are now 5 trains that sport googly eyes on the front.
That's awesome.
And when I say rally, I mean they had like posters were out in the park, like in the car park of the place, being like, "Give us googly eyes."
Yeah, that's what a rally is. That's crazy.
So there's the trains, driving around with the little googly eyes. But then in December, another story popped up in Bend, Oregon. There were reports of them being put on sculptures and outdoor art installations. And if you see the pictures, they are hilarious. There are these deers with like the big googly eyes and this big like orb sculpture with googly eyes. And the story was put out from the city council, appealing for people to stop because it had so far cost them over $1,500 to remove it because of the adhesive, and the adhesive was damaging the sculptures.
Well, now I kind of want to go stick googly eyes on things.
I know, doesn't it make you just want to do more? So they put this story out and it just makes you want to do more. And so what you were referencing before, we had our aircon at work broke, and so the landlord brought in a big HVAC, like
portable industrial thing.
It
had like
the big
2 big hoses,
tubey hose thing, the silver.
The silver exhaust, but then the vents out were like 2 big movie ones that you could like.
Well, we joked it looked like a thing off Johnson and Friends,
which is an old Australian kids show. You got to Google it.
And then that made us go, let's stick eyes on it, because he became part of the work fam because he was around for a while before it got fixed. So he got a name.
And he got some googly eyes.
Yep.
And I think they stayed on to this day.
Yeah, actually, I think we sent it back with the googly eyes. we sent the landlord a photo being like, it's taken a while for the aircon to be fixed. We've made friends with this one.
That was interesting. I do want to go googly eyed stuff now though.
Great. We do actually, because we bought the googly eyes to put on that, we do actually have a drawer full of them.
I know we do, but I'm not going to do it at work. But anyway.
Oh, great. Stay tuned for me pulling the tomato sauce bottle out and finding googly eyes.
I'm more men in public, but yep, sure.
All right. We put the question out on socials. What is the worst parenting advice you've been given? Because as parents, you just get advice constantly, and I think it's usually okay, and that's just a part of life. People it's part of having conversations, it's part of relationship, but sometimes you get unwanted advice. A lot of it is unsolicited advice. Questionable advice too, stuff that it's like, I hope you don't have children. So
they normally do.
We had over 250 people respond and send in. So I apologize if your answers aren't in here.
It's pretty good.
But we should have also anticipated when I put the question out. Probably didn't word it as specifically because we were like, let's talk about the funny bad advice we get. Ha ha ha. Oh my gosh, the amount of stuff that's really controversial and really debatable and really, we are not talking about vaccinations. Internet? We are not talking about religion. We are not talking about education and discipline techniques because
let's go there.
Because this is a safe place for all parents, and we just want, we're here to laugh and make you laugh and not debate. And so we are just going to leave those ones. And just talk about some of the funnier things that we got.
We did have a few joke responses we were kind of hoping weren't real.
We were like, please be joking.
Like, throw out the first kid. You make all your mistakes on the first one.
They're not pancakes. They are not. You don't just stitch the first one. Pancakes. You always throw out the first pancake. It's always dodgy.
Hold a baby by the ears and dip it in hot bath water so you don't scald your elbow.
Yeah, that's got to be someone just being like, haha. Surely.
And it doesn't take 10 minutes to cook a baby in the microwave. 20 minutes is more than the ideal time frame.
Yeah, we're going to assume those ones were jokes.
Yeah, that's a bit dark.
Yes. But we got plenty of real ones and lots in the fields for us with like 3 kids, almost 6, 3 and 1, right in the fields. Sleep when the baby sleeps is a really common one. I don't think any parent has not been told that or seen that online or... So who cleans the house then?
No one.
Do you shower when the baby showers and do laundry when the baby does laundry and...
Just get some sleep and you'll be fine.
Make it sound so easy. That's all I asked for Christmas was 8 hours of sleep. Still didn't get it.
It's not my fault. Second kid will be easier. And then the other person was like, after having 2 children, 3 is easy.
Yeah. People set you up for a fail.
It's easy if you've done it. But then if you're moving into it, like going from 1 to 2 is big. Unless you've already got 2 and then you're like, it's easy.
Yeah. No, I feel like any time you add a child, it's going to be hard. Like, I see all the time people be like, the 4th kid's easy or the 3rd kid's easy or the 2nd kid's easy. And I'm like, maybe your 2nd kid was easy or maybe your 3rd kid was easy or your 4th kid. But that's not always the case. Our 2nd kid was easy, but it wasn't easy to adjust to life with 2. And then 3 was just a circus.
Then you learn to adjust. And then the next one is easy.
But the advice of someone telling you, your 2nd kid is so easy. Like if someone told you that, in hindsight, what would you say to them?
I wouldn't say anything.
Just walk away because they're not your person.
They would just get a finger.
Another bad advice, read the baby books. Unfortunately, kids don't read those books either.
Yeah, kids, baby books are a load of crap.
I think that's probably a lot more common from like parents in older generations that didn't have Google and like all you had was the baby books.
Google? Who uses Google? People just read social media or Reddit these days. That's all you do, scroll Reddit.
No, I Google stuff. Like if something happens and the kids have a weird rash, I Google the rash. Or if we're not sleeping, is there a 12-month sleep regression? Yes, great. Hooray, that's why I don't sleep anymore.
Throw the baby in the pool. They know how to swim.
I can't believe that's advice someone got given. Like that was legit advice. The person was like, on that comment, was like, they were convinced that babies could swim. Like dogs that can, like you throw them in the water and they can swim.
Makes sense because swimming lessons are a hoax.
They're really not.
All a hoax. Babies
really
can swim. It's all a gimmick. Government's out to get you.
If you want to chuck your baby in the pool just to test it out, get ready to jump straight in after. If you're happy to get wet,
or just get ready to go to jail.
True.
Like, you know.
All right, strap in for this one. I heard this as a teacher. A parent told me she let her son do whatever he wanted to do whenever he wanted to do it. She then told me if he didn't want to go to school, then he didn't go to school because that was the decision he had made for that day. I asked her about her responsibility as a parent to ensure he got an education. She told me quite firmly that she wanted him to see her as his friend, not a 30-something woman who told him to do what to do all the time. We had a very interesting year with lots of conversations with the principal about his attitude and behaviour. He eventually left so she could homeschool him. Good Lord. We're usually pretty open on this podcast about there's lots of different ways to raise your kid and there's lots of different, but there is eventually a line that
your child is the reason there are participation awards.
There's lots of different ways to discipline, but no discipline is not an option.
People parent discipline free. Some parents don't say no.
Oh, it's...
It's like, I'm sorry, who is the parent and who is in charge?
Yeah, well, that was what a lot of replies
You're not
were.
meant
Like,
to be
oh my gosh.
their friend. You're meant to teach them how to live their life.
Yeah, the hope is one day they'll grow up to be a friend, but they have to grow up to be a decent human first.
I once had my mother-in-law suggest we stay at a fancy luxury accommodation suite that was more like a gallery for part of our family holidays. While we had 2 toddler-aged children and an 8-year-old, I told her that location was probably not a good idea given their ages and that we'd be up for damages. Her advice was to teach them some responsibility. Yeah, but they don't have the money. Kids don't have money. Teach them responsibility. You break it, you pay for it.
Yeah.
It doesn't work like that.
Well, and also they're clumsy. Even if they are the most respectful child, most obedient child, they're still likely going to break something.
Kids want to touch things.
And 2 toddlers and an 8-year-old, that is running around the house, like, they have energy. Kids are kids. You can't stop them from being kids. I feel like she has forgotten what having kids are like. I think some advice is like, you have to have forgotten what having kids are like. Or you had just one golden child that was amazing and no others, and cannot relate to the experiences the rest of us have with kids with high energy, high impact needs. So yes, feeling for you from that one. I feel like we've got the jackpot with mother-in-laws and we've never had advice like that. So another one for the mums that I have seen in a few groups actually was breastfeeding shouldn't hurt.
Well, it shouldn't, but...
Well, it shouldn't eventually. It's the sort of thing that when you're learning to do it, almost every mum I spoke to, like, it sets mums up for fails. So it's not like this easy, smooth transition. I went into it thinking it'd be this natural thing. I don't think I listened to a single thing in the breastfeeding class. And then when I started trying to feed our kid, I was like, oh my gosh, I should have listened. And so mums get this advice of breastfeeding shouldn't hurt. It's like, yeah, maybe the advice should be after a few weeks of learning, it doesn't hurt. But I feel for the mums sending that one in because, yes, that sets you up for a total mental fail.
Yeah.
Can't relate.
No.
That's all right. You can go on to the next one then.
Doesn't hurt me, so I'm doing it right.
Oh, man, the amount of times I just wanted to latch our kids onto your useless nipples just so that you could have a taste of it.
Nothing to latch onto.
Just use daddy as a dummy.
Nothing to latch onto.
2:00 in the morning. Here you go. Surprise. Sorry, moving on.
I'm the parent, so I'm always right. Actually, no. Teach your kid how to apologize when they're wrong by doing it yourself.
Yeah.
Did you write the actually no? Teach your kid how to...
Yeah. Oh, I hear this all the time and see it. I see it in parents and probably older parents just being like, it's okay to be wrong.
I'm always right. It's I'm the boss.
Yeah, I'm the boss. Or, well, even
Doesn't
us
mean
as
you're
parents,
always right.
Sometimes we have not meltdowns to the degree that they have them, but we have moments where we're not coping and it's like we snap and we say something and we...
You verge
and
on
then
it.
we... Oh, please. Please. But then it's like, oh no, we need to learn to like apologize. Like, mummy shouldn't have yelled. That's one that has come out before.
Many times.
Do you really want to go there, grumpy daddy?
No. I'm good.
Our child, one of the days of holidays, whispered to me, Mummy, I think daddy's tired. It's like,
because daddy was freaking tired and overdue for a holiday.
All right, last one we got sent. Well, definitely not the last one we got sent. We are not sitting here and reading all 250. Don't hold them all the time or pick them up every time they cry, or they'll learn to manipulate you. And so I was sitting there, I was thinking about it. I was like, so you're telling me that this chubby, drooling, incompetent little baby can somehow manipulate and control an adult and is some manipulative mastermind? That's what I think every time I see a parent or see someone give parents advice of like, oh, don't pick them up all the time or don't hug them too much. I'm like, oh no, they're going to know that they're loved and feel safe. Oh no.
Boss baby.
Boss baby, what's that?
So they're all secret agents.
They're like going on their little phones.
They know how to work it.
Secretly like, I just made mum get up 4 times in the night. Maybe tomorrow night I'll stretch it to 5 and see how long it is till she snaps. No, they just want to be loved. Love your babies. Pick them up while you can. Our kids are getting bigger and I'm starting to realize I've not got that much longer. Like the little one's probably still little for a while, but like every time I rarely pick our almost 6-year-old up now. And when I do, it's like, oh my gosh, my back's not going to be able to do this for much longer.
Nope.
And standing cuddles are becoming normal, like standing and just cuddling and my baby. Anyway, that was the question for this week. Thank you for sending in your answers. Feel free to join the debate online if you really want to get into it. I've kind of just left it now.
It's all on the socials.
All on the socials. Follow the socials. We put highlights up there. We put the questions out there. Questions for next week. Come back next week. There was one actually from last year that we haven't done yet. And we're going to revisit it. It was about what made you cry when you were pregnant. Actually, no, we did it. And then I put the reel out and we've had over 100 more mums send in the most hilarious things that they cried over. So we're going to do that. But also send in... Dads, you can also send it in. You guys are on the receiving end of a lot of tears during those pregnant years.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's not what made you cry.
Oh, well, you never know.
Send it in if you want to.
Sympathy pregnancy symptoms.
If you had, or angry
Sam
wife.
Put on plenty of sympathy weight with me. When we had
or hangry wife.
Well, that was the other one. I was like, also, like if we just want to roll on this theme of pregnancy, what was your weirdest craving? So dads, what was the weirdest thing you had to go out in the middle of the night to get? Mums, what was like the weirdest hankering that you had beyond just the pickles? Obviously pickles are a big thing, but beyond the pickles, what was like your weirdest, wackiest craving and your like combinations of food? And yeah, come back next week. We will laugh about those. We will have more parents in the news. Send us your confessions too. We will bring the confessional back this year. Any of your parent fails. To be honest, like it can be a kid confessional. If your kid has done like the weirdest, wackiest, hilarious thing, then send that in and come back next week. We'll be here to laugh.
Later.